What'd you say?
Forgotten Nintendogs.
Oh, yeah.
No. Get it off the list.
Like,
Get that off the list.
Who the fuck thought to put?
This is an Esquire article, by the way.
So maybe that's why Esquire seems a little bit disconnected from the video game world. I don't know about that.
All right, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Game Wild.
Yes, this is the Game Wild live version.
Game Wild live version. Let's see what ends up happening. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Nothing bad ever happens live, right?
No, absolutely. And listen, guys, we got some great stuff in the pipeline today, but first off, I want to let you know that we are working on doing a couple of things. One, we're working on getting a little bit more of a professional look. We're going to hopefully have some new stuff coming on. If we do this more often where we go live, we may actually have our own starting soon podcast like picture that we're going to get developed. We're going to get some stuff done artwork wise. We got a lot of cool things in the pipeline. We have a couple of special guests lined up that are going to be coming within the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. It's just a lot of great stuff happening, and so if you want to be a part of it, just make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you ring that bell on YouTube, all that fun stuff.
Ring that bell. You're like a pro now at this, right? With those phrases.
Right?
Exactly. Ring that bell, man. I gotta have one in my
bell. Get that alert.
And
get those alerts.
We have commands in chat today because we're ballers.
Oh,
right?
Look at that. Yeah.
Yep. So exclamation point YT or exclamation point podcast to get links to the Game Wild YouTube or podcast today for a limited time only during this stream only.
Right.
Otherwise they usually
exactly. And to be honest with you, the funny part about it all right now is the fact that we just decided to do this, so this is completely live, unfiltered, uncensored, no edits. So anything that gets edited out of the recorded podcast is all SJW doing it. So
I'm pretty much uncensored anyways, though. So
make sure, and also, guys, make sure you're giving us that 5 stars, the reviews, all that fun stuff. Anything we can get helps the podcast out, and that's kind of like the biggest deal of it all, right, is to get that all taken care of so
we can grow and provide you guys some more amazing content
exactly. And talking about people creating content and all that fun stuff, it looks like we have a streamer,
the segue,
finally deciding to go somewhere. So SJW, what did we find out?
So Ninja, my boy, the dude that is all over the news lately. Actually, I should say not the dude, because there's currently probably 3 dudes all over the news. Him, Shroud, and the one and only, the very infamous at this point, Dr. Disrespect. So who knows what that?
Which we haven't heard anything about him yet.
There's some
interesting
inkling like Nick.
Yeah, but we've had that weird stuff before.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
a lot of theories, like conspiracy theories, kind of like the way you hear about the Wayfair thing.
No, I did not hear about the Wayfair thing.
Wayfair's got some weird selling people online thing going on. So, anyways, that's a whole other topic. That's only suspected too, so don't quote me on that one. But anyways, Ninja has streamed on YouTube. It's a thing. It happened. Now it's not like an exclusive contract deal or anything like that. So it's already been confirmed by some sources on Twitter and some other places that he's not actually in an exclusive contract with YouTube. He could still go to Twitch. He could even still go to Facebook, even though he turned down Facebook with Shroud. Maybe they just turned it down as a power move. They just want a little bit more, who knows what it is actually going on there. But just wanted to throw that out there. I'm sure everybody already has heard of it by now. It happened, Monday?
Yeah, I think so. It was sometime this week. So yeah.
And so obviously it seems a little late now mentioning it, but it did happen after our previous podcast. So there's the silence. Oh,
we are live. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
It's on silent now. It's on silent. So
it's on silent now. We have this happen all the time with him. So if you're new to this podcast, it happens. Yeah. Well, it's not about being popular. It's about muting your phone. I mean, to be fair, I did share the video on Facebook, and the sound came on a little bit, but I guess we didn't catch that. I figured you would have heard that. But
no, I did not.
So we go. But we did share. I did share it on Facebook as well to let people know, hey, we're doing this.
Awesome.
So, we're going to get into, this being live and everything, we usually have a format. We kind of skipped the format a little bit by talking about Ninja real quick. But the first thing we got going on typically is the question of the week, which is what we have going on right now. Question of the week is, what is your favorite character of all time for video games, or its really favorite video game character of all time? I've took a lot of time to think about this. Because technically I would guess it has to be, if we're going to be technicality, Tim, is it a character that was created as a video game character first? Because technically there are characters of all media that have been in video games but were birthed from other media.
Okay,
so for example, Spider-Man is a comic book character but has been in video games.
Okay, so let's say, all right, let's do this. Let's do, for the purpose of us answering the question,
a video game character specifically.
That's specifically because just to spoil a little bit of what we're going to talk about in a second too, because it's related. Spoiler alert. We are going to go over the 50 greatest video game characters of all time. It was an article released this past week. So that does include...
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah. And
I got to tell you, I looked it over, and there's some strange stuff in there, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't hold to that same notion of, okay, we're only going to do video game-based characters, because it doesn't really make sense to throw like Batman, Spider-Man, because then it's convoluted. It's like, do you like him because he was in a video game, or because he's just like a cool superhero? So, so for the purposes of this question, video game... Not only, but video game was where the character originated.
All right, so I've looked at everything that I have in regards to collectibles and stuff like that to really think about this, because I'm like, who am I really into, like video game wise, that I could feel confident and say this is my dude. And so I went through it all, and the tally is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. I have a ton of different things. I have a pop character of him. All of the special editions that I've purchased from the Mortal Kombat games feature him in some form. So, like, for example, Mortal Kombat 9 or 10, I believe, was a bookend. So it was him throwing a spear, and then the other part of the bookend was Sub-Zero getting caught with the spear. And then Mortal Kombat 10 was a shadow edition of, like, a special like suit of him, which is like a foot tall figurine of him. So it's pretty cool.
Wow.
It's almost a foot tall.
So you're pretty all in on Scorpion. Jesus, I didn't know you had
I'm pretty much all in on Scorpion. And to be honest with you, I probably would have bought the special edition from Mortal Kombat 11 if it wasn't so pricey, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was a bust. Yeah. It was a bust of him. It was like his head.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And I would have bought it, but it was like $250. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't put myself to it, but like, he's just so badass. And so it's Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. How about you?
Okay, this is like one of those questions where I don't think I'm ever going to answer it correctly in my own eyes, right? Because I'm going to say a character, and then like next week I'm going to be like, oh damn, no, I should have said this character, because there's so many. Like, I just,
of course,
you and I love video games. So there's a whole slew, a whole plethora, for those of you with some dictionary and some thesaurus work right there. There's a whole ton of games that just have just great storylines, great characters. A lot of them are Final Fantasy games, just because that's like a franchise that I love. And then looking at some of these top 50 on this list, we're going to go over in a second too, I will say I agree with you. It's kind of weird.
Extremely weird.
Yeah. I want to see what everybody thinks about it too. But okay, I'm going to go. And again, this is without taking too much time to really research and think. But off the top of my head, the very first thought that I have is...
Hold on, can I guess? Okay. No, go
No.
ahead.
Guess.
I was thinking. No, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna guess, and I'm totally wrong, and then you're like, oh, maybe that makes sense. I was gonna say Link, but
Oh,
know.
no, that's a
Legend of
good guess,
Zelda.
but no, I love me some Zelda and I love me some Link, but I'm not in love with that character as much as I am other games. Like I think
Okay.
Zelda and Link are great characters overall, great character design, but I'm gonna go with, and I don't even know if you'll know this character to be honest with you. I'm gonna go with Waka from Final Fantasy X. Do you know who that is?
Is he one of the weird No, he's not one of those weird magical characters that have the hat.
No,
And,
that's
no?
Vivi. That's Vivi from
That's
Final
Vivi.
Fantasy 9 or I think
Yep.
I think 9 was the last main character that had that hat. But no, so if you just search WAKKA Final Fantasy X in Google, you'll see it. But he's that guy that plays Blitzball, and he's like that surfer
Oh
dude.
yeah.
With the
No, I
big,
remember
like,
him now. Yep.
He's like, yo, brother, what you doing, brother?
No, he was actually one of my mains in the game. He was in part of my group.
Because he's just so fun loving and chill and you know. So I'm gonna go that route. But I said, if you ask me week to week, I'd probably think something like Sephiroth came to mind, Cloud came to mind.
Well, he's in the spoiler alert. He's in there.
Yeah, he is in that list. But those are very typical people, right? Those are very typical characters. So
yeah. So to preface it, it says these are the greatest heroes, villains, and inanimate objects to ever grace.
I know that's what I saw there. I was like, okay, I guess we can expand our reach a little bit with what we're talking about here.
So if you have your choice, please put it in the comments below, or since we're live, put it in the chat, whichever way you're getting us from, and we're going to start going over them. Why don't you start off? Because once again, and this doesn't look like it's in any particular order, to be honest with you, because they're not actually ranked. Because if that were the case, the number 1 does not make sense to me at all.
Yeah, the number 1 doesn't make sense. Although I think number 2 would, I guess, but number 3 definitely is way off the mark. So okay,
like I said,
we're gonna try to go through these as quickly as possible. Some of them, honestly, if any of the comments we make, it'll probably be like WTF or agreed. So it's either going to be like, do we think they should? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do either we agree that it should be even on the list in the first place, or it just shouldn't be on the list? You want to do that?
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, that way it's because it is 50 of them. So all right, first up, Tony Hawk.
Nope.
Yeah, I think no.
Off the list.
As great of a game, I think the game was freaking fantastic. No, that should not be an iconic.
They're remaking it.
So. I can't wait. I have the original for PlayStation too, which so good. All right, Sephiroth.
Yes.
Yeah, hands down. The One Wing Angel. Would you say?
Forgotten in 10 Dogs.
Oh yeah.
No. Get it off the list.
Get
that off the list.
Who the fuck thought to put?
This is an Esquire article, by the way.
So maybe that's why Esquire seems a little bit disconnected from the video game world. I don't know about that. And 50's a lot, but that's not such a stretch where you have to put Forgotten Nintendogs on the freaking list. Pikachu.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was gonna say that seems like a no-brainer.
Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. Yes.
Yeah. He was also I think number 1 on the list of the best African American characters of all time, and lead roles and stuff like that. So
Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. Clementine and Lee.
Yes, I'll say yes. If you have never played the Walking Dead Telltale games, this is a very good series, and they are created specifically for this video game, so they are not part of the
I was just gonna ask that
Walking Dead lore. So I'm gonna say yes.
Ooh, I don't know.
Wario.
I haven't seen I haven't played the Walking Dead
Telltale series.
Yeah, so I guess I can't really speak to it, but I will say I've never heard of them until now. So
yeah, good stuff.
Wario, I'd say yeah.
Wario, yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Any character from Mario Brothers.
If they made it into Mario Kart, then they're probably an iconic carrier.
If they had their own game,
or their
Mario
own game,
has had.
Did you? I heard I saw something else too. Top 10 highest selling games over the last bunch of systems. 4 of them were Nintendo games, not surprising. But then the other 6 were actually they were on Xbox and PlayStation, but there were no for that specific console. So They're like Call of Duty, like shit like that. That's on both consoles, so that's kind of interesting. Shows you Nintendo is still definitely doing something right. So
yeah, they have the group. They have the So
yes.
All right, so Solid Snake, yes.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, which? Hold on. I don't know if you can hear this, but we have.
Probably not.
Listen, no.
Yeah, the exclamation.
The exclamation point. Dr. Wily.
Yeah, absolutely, an iconic villain.
Yeah, from Mega Man. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the yes.
Samus. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Samus is from Metroid, for those who do not know.
Okay, we have
yes.
the Ox from Oregon Trail. The Ox.
No, I'm gonna say no.
Trail. And actually, hold on. As we do this now, because I want to actually, I'm going to do display capture, or sorry, window capture. I'm going to actually pull up the list for everybody so they can see these pictures, because I think it kind of is funny as they. So hold on, here we go. It's gonna go over us a little bit, but it's cool. It's cool. All right. So we have next up is Mike Tyson.
No.
No. That's again, he didn't originate in video games either. So I don't like. He had his own game, sure, but come on. Bella Goth?
No.
Who the hell would put a Sims character in? Why is a Sims character in the top 50?
Well, can I tell you right now, if we're saying that, we should also ask why the hell Nintendogs was on there?
Okay. I guess if Nintendog's on there, anything goes.
I'm very excited about the next one.
Galoombas. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say yeah. I will say some of these we're saying yes to are definitely towards the latter end of the 40 to 50 range, so they're kind of close. Because to me, the Galoombas probably barely makes it from Mario, right?
Yeah, but they're Marios.
But they are Mario. Ellie, yes, now. Hell absolutely. Yeah. Last of Us 2, I know, is very talked about right now in not the best ways sometimes, but the announcer from
Gauntlet. No, I'm going to say no.
Wait, is this the Gauntlet I'm thinking of? Did you play this?
I've probably played it before, but I don't remember an announcer, so I'm gonna just say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go no with that too. Beheaded.
No.
I've actually played Dead, be it not much of it, but no. What? Nobody cares about this character. Come on. Sonic.
Yes.
Duh. Okay, yeah,
100%.
Duh.
The football team. Wow.
The fuck? They might as well, instead of Tony Hawk, said the skateboard from Tony Hawk.
From Tony Hawk.
Like, what? Why the fuck do they have the football in here? Like the right arm of Michael Vick in Madden 2003. I don't know when he was.
That's not Michael Vick's arm, though. That's not what that is.
It is a Falcon.
I don't know. It's a Tampa Bay. No, it's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Yeah.
But I don't know who it is.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna say no to that. Let's go to the next one. Lara Croft.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
But I'm going to say the not pixelated pointy things, the non-pixelated.
By the way, I read something that someone made a mistake, and that's why she has so big things there.
They made a mistake?
They were supposed to bring it down to make it look a little bit more realistic, and the person hit the wrong button, and it became big, and I guess they left it. That's what I read. So,
I feel like that's a cop-out because somebody was going to file a lawsuit, and then that was their excuse.
Here comes number one. Here comes probably the number one guy. Mario, absolutely, 100%.
Even if you don't like Mario, he it almost
has like Mario.
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm trying to play devil's advocate. Even if you don't like Mario, he has to be at the top of the list, just because if you say the word video game to somebody who knows like nothing about video games, this will probably be the first character that pops into their head. So good on Nintendo for, oh my God, he's just such good character design. Just awesome.
Next up is Crash Bandicoot. Of course, he's in the game.
Dude, I love that game.
Top tier.
Oh my God.
Top 10 guy, probably. Shovel Knight.
Knight.
I mean, it took the gaming world by storm a little bit. I mean, I could say he'd be at the lower end.
I'm gonna say just a flat out no. So this is gonna be the first one that we disagree on.
He'd be out of the top 50, I guess. I mean,
I just think
out of top 50.
Well, here's my argument, right? Like, because we're already going through 50, and there's probably some that just aren't on here that they just missed because they're just.
Well, I'm gonna probably say who should be on this list if they don't make it, because right now there are some people that I'm surprised aren't on this list. But since they're in no specific order, I'm gonna say maybe they'll be there.
But yeah, I feel like there's just better people that could take this.
Isabelle from Animal Crossing. I'm gonna say no. She's
Okay.
been in other games, but no, I'm sorry.
I'm
I don't
actually
make
glad
the
to hear you say that because, like, just
because I'm such a turnip whore.
what?
How much are your turnips selling for today, people?
Oh shit! I don't have.
I bought them at 110. It was pretty high. But I made a killing. If you were on my Instagram, you saw that I made over 2 million
Oh, holy shit!
bells this week because of the network that I have of people, the turnip network. The stock market will not be lost on me,
Dude.
everyone.
If only we could trade turnips in for real money. One day,
Right?
one day,
Right.
Yeah, and I agree with that because, and I'm happy to hear you say that because I almost thought, because I know you're a huge Animal Crossing guy too. I almost thought you were going to say yes just because it's Animal Crossing and it's a huge game, which just recently took it by storm too. But I agree, she's not iconic. Like, she's iconic to the game itself, but I don't think enough to.
Well, she's crossed over to Smash Brothers, so that's a big move.
That is a big move, but I still don't think. Yeah, I don't think. I think that'll be short lived too. I feel like future. Actually, does it really make sense to ever remove a character from Smash Brothers?
To remove or to add?
To remove. Like, once they add somebody in, have they?
Yeah, I mean, they can have 100 characters. They basically do, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. It's like League of Legends. It's like, why ever remove a champion, right? Like,
right, exactly. Why not? Yeah, of course.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank for sure.
Are these? I guess they're both just in, right? Like, I was gonna say,
they're together. They're a team, so teams count as one spot.
They do count as one spot. Okay. This no brainer.
Absolutely, Master Chief. He's in.
You know what's funny though? Not as much of a no brainer as maybe like 10 years ago, because I think that he's definitely fallen off his pedestal of being like one of the top most iconic. Like, even when you think of Xbox now, you still think of Master Chief, but until Infinite comes out, unless it like blows people away, Halo is just not where it used to be, which feels disappointing.
Well, guys, speaking of that, I believe July 22nd, Xbox is having a huge announcement, which will include Halo Infinite, and we are going to try to live stream that as well. So, heads up on that.
Pretty excited about that, not going to lie.
Absolutely. Next up, we have Parappa the Rapper. I'm going to say no, even though some iconic music came out of that.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. That's not. Yep. He's not a thing. Nope. Oh,
Kirby.
Yeah,
we'll give Kirby the thumbs up.
Oh yeah, Kirby. Oh, that makes me want to play Kirby. I just got Sonic 2 for Sega. Now I kind of want to play all these old school.
Well, if you have the Switch, if you have the Switch,
you can play old school Kirby, right?
Yeah, old school Kirby's on there. Yep.
Gila, what is? Oh, from Portal.
No.
Is this? Wait a second. Well written, Riddy's. Oh, it is the operating system. Okay, I was like, wait a second. Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
That's a close one, but I have to agree again, saying that I think there's just more better characters that would actually make the top 50 as opposed to Gila Dos. So
yeah, agreed. 100%.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So they're getting wacky. I mean, not that the football wasn't wacky enough, but the goose from Untitled Goose Game, I'm sorry. I know it was one of those ones that like took people by storm again, but I'm gonna be a big old goose egg on that one.
I put this in the same spot as like Isabelle. Like right this second, everybody knows about Isabelle and the goose, but no, there's like Master Chief and Mario and all them are way better, different levels. Sephiroth, Barrett than this freaking goose.
Mm-hmm. So, no. Or the next one on the list.
There's Link. Speaking of iconic characters.
So let's say yes.
Obviously yes. Dungeon Man?
Dungeon Man.
Really? No, this is not. I played this game. Why the hell?
You might as well put Ness in from that game, Earthbound.
Yeah, Ness is probably more recognizable than Dungeon Man, to be honest with you.
Oh, good lord.
What? Okay. All right. Can we just take a second though? Can we talk about something? Can we?
I'm just gonna walk away. I'm taking the headset off and we're leaving.
Can we? What? Dude,
how can this be real?
How can this be? Okay, why is he on the list? But more important,
why does he not look like him? Like,
that does not
at all. Not even look like him at all. At all.
Who is this?
I don't know.
I can't even. Wow, that looks like a Sims. It looks like a Sims character. Like,
yeah, right. Exactly. That just did not. So no, Absolutely,
Ooh.
100% no.
For region,
Funky Kong.
This is hard.
Coming up next. No, it's not. It's a no because
Wow.
you can't put Funky Kong on before Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong.
Well, no, obviously.
So no.
Well, I imagine Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are somewhere on this list, but
Maybe.
I don't know, man. Funky Kong's hard. He doesn't have his own game. He's not in Smash Brothers. So there's a lot of argument to why he shouldn't be on the list. I'm very much in the middle on this one. This is a hard one.
Is it really?
I really think it's a hard one. I think
I'm gonna say no.
Or maybe that's the other. Maybe
You can
like
waffle if you want, but I'm not gonna.
Maybe it's the other one, like you were saying, like just outside the 50 or something. So, all right, I'll go with a no. Albert Wesker.
Yes, 100% yes.
Yeah. Wait, who is this?
Well,
one of the
he's
villains?
the main protagonist for antagonist for Resident Evil. He's a villain. But we don't know that at first
his name.
Because in Resident Evil 1, spoiler alert, he's on your team and you think he's there to help you, and then you realize he's been working for Umbrella the whole time.
I totally forgot this guy's name. I was like, who is this? Because I saw Matrix and I'm like, wait a second, why is the Matrix on this list? So yeah, I agree.
He's got Matrix attire, it says.
Frogger.
I mean,
I'm gonna go with solid. I'm gonna go with solid. Yes.
Really? Okay.
I'm gonna go. My argument with that is similar to Mario. When people think video games, one of the first things they think of is Frogger.
Gotcha.
So even though he's not even really a character, like
he is now, they've kind of like
developed him into one. Yeah.
Flappy Bird, which was a mobile game.
A mobile game that viral. Can't you not download it anymore or something?
I have no idea.
So when I downloaded it, I think there was an article that came out that said you can't download this game anymore. And if you had it,
you own it.
But if you own it, you already had it. And if you had it on your phone, you can actually sell your phone. I still have an old iPhone with this game, this app installed on it. And I don't think
how much we can get.
Yeah, right.
We're taking bids right now on Justin's old iPhone,
starting at $100. I think it's an iPhone 6, maybe.
Okay, so starting at $90 now.
So that's a no.
So once again, a no, big no comes up on this one as well. Donald Duck, no, he is not an original video game character. Sorry.
Yeah, why is this on here too? Oh wait, yeah, no, that's not a. Not original. Rathian. This is from Monster Hunter.
Yep. No.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with a no there. Spyro, definitely.
Yep, Spyro's on the list.
Axel.
I mean, Streets of Rage, he could be up there.
I don't know if it's that big a game though to be top 50, so I'd have to go with a no.
All right, we'll say no.
Yeah.
Next one, absolutely 100% yes.
100%.
Kratos, legendary.
Do we consider me an original game because it's insanely popular?
Well, no, because you create yourself as a me. So you're creating yourself as a character in a video game. So I'm going to say no because it's all individualized. It's not.
Okay, so we need to change the criteria then would be it originated in a video game and also originated from the developer.
No, I don't think we have to go this crazy. I'm going to just say no.
All right, no on the me. Starfox.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Carey apparently made it on the Sims. Good for him, but no. Let's gloss over that one.
Winston.
I don't know how you found this list and said this was a good idea.
I don't know, man. This is the list that I found. This is.
How did you think this was even close to being a good idea?
So far, this is about like 50-50.
I gotta say, and I'm disappointed too because we are live. Anything going on? This would be great chatting fodder. Have we had anyone start talking on your side? I don't know.
No, not yet. I would love to get people's opinions if you guys want to chime in as to what your thoughts are on Drew Carey and Regis Philbin being in Winston.
Might as well put these guys on the list. I mean, right here, the Step Brothers.
Who is that? Oh, Step.
It's a joke from the game, but I mean, they're iconic from the movies. We turned to be big guys.
Winston from Overwatch. I'm actually going to say no. Yeah.
Centipede. Well, see, here's the thing. If you're gonna say that Frogger should be in, Centipede is one of those
say that.
founding. You could say they're the founding fathers of video games in a sense. Like they're on.
Yeah, but I don't like Frogger. I envision as a character. Centipede, I don't. Okay. Centipede's like a thing. I don't know. So yeah, right. I'm gonna go with no on that one.
All right, Banjo Kazooie. That's tough. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no too. And you know what's disappointing? When's the last time a Banjo Kazooie game came out?
It not in a very long time. I mean, they're in Smash Brothers, but nothing. I think I want to say something probably came out on Switch, not Switch, on the GameCube maybe, but I'm not even sure if that's true.
And then we got Slash, no, because that's not a video game. And it looks like that's it. Okay.
Okay, so totally off the mark.
This is
where is Ryu from Street Fighter?
Where is Diddy and Donkey Kong? They put Funky Kong.
Where is Donkey Kong?
All right.
Where is Diddy and Donkey Kong? Indeed.
Can I comment on this?
Where is Ryu from Street Fighter?
They don't let you comment.
Scorpion or Sub-Zero or even Liu Kang if you want to go like main characters from Mortal Kombat. Nobody like that. You could replace half of these guys with way better people.
Not cool. They don't even let you comment.
Happy article.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
I'm very disappointed with Esquire. Like, and I wish I could comment on that and be like, you guys, this is a terrible top 50 list. You missed so many good characters.
And you didn't even put it in order.
Yeah, and it wasn't in order to. But all right, so, well, it is what it is. All right.
So let's go to a different topic where Microsoft is defending your wallet as they are against publishers charging for Xbox Series X upgrades. So if you listened to our podcast last week, we discussed the idea of the $70 game for the next gen systems, and that there are some possibilities that there may be some upcharges for games that you translate from, let's say, in this case, Xbox One to Xbox Series X. Well, Microsoft is trying to put a big stamp on this and saying, listen, if you are going to develop on both platforms and the customer purchases the Xbox One version, you need to give the user the ability to upgrade for free if they own an Xbox Series X. And good on them. I mean, this is going to be interesting because the PlayStation 5 has not really put a real stance on this like Microsoft is, which I hope they do, because if they follow in line with Xbox, you have the top two next-gen systems basically saying, hey, third-party developers, if somebody buys the game on Xbox One or PlayStation 4, you give them the upgraded version to the next gen system for free. And I don't see why that's a problem, in my opinion, because quite frankly, if it's already there and it's already on the platform and you've bought it digitally, I don't see why that should be an issue. Because it just goes into greed at that point, and that's very disappointing for me. Like you do have EA with their whole situation where they're like, yeah, we'll let you be able to do this, but you have a limited time to do it. Stuff like that, which I guess makes sense. I'm not against the fact that they would be like, hey, you have a limited time to do this, versus especially because Madden, for example, is the one that's in question, is a series that kind of goes year to year. So you obviously want them to buy the next version of it. And so you basically are saying, okay, we'll give you 21 upgrade for free until 22 comes out. So,
well, and this is what I was saying earlier about the NBA 2K. We talked about this last week where now they're going to charge $70 for the game. I don't know at what point NBA figured out that Microsoft was possibly going to do this, but obviously this is good for the consumer. Like Joe said, they're saving money for your wallet, for us, us peons down here who want to buy these video games. But then for the companies and the developers, and especially the indie games that might want to be involved with Microsoft, it hurts their pockets a little bit with having to provide a copy for both. So I don't know if NBA knew about this ahead of time and Microsoft told them, and then NBA was like, hey, let's upcharge a little bit to make up for it. But I don't know.
So if you guys didn't listen to last week's podcast, the biggest question was the fact that NBA 2K, which is what he's talking about, is deciding to
2K21.
is going to go with a $70 price tag for next gen systems for their video game, and with all the talk of smart delivery, which is Xbox's basically upgrade to a video game that you may own on Xbox One. Which, like I said, is probably the biggest thing right now because PlayStation hasn't really made a stance on how they're going to handle that. So it'll be nice to see if developers just jump on board, because I don't know how much it actually is going to hurt them in the long run, because I think I honestly have never purchased a game on both systems before. So like I've never said, all right, my Xbox 360 and my Xbox One have both games on it, I'm going to buy it for my Xbox One, obviously. Mm-hmm. But now this obviously takes it into the account of, okay, if I'm going to buy it on my Xbox 360 because it's $10 cheaper, then now you're adding that question into it of like, are you supporting the developer if you're not? But from the looks of it, and I don't know because they really haven't said this, but I mean, is it just for games that are coming out before launch and then after the fact? I mean, does it make sense to continue that? Because then you're kind of, I understand why you would want to do it for pre-launch games, because if you want to get that game in your hands before the new system comes out, like Madden always comes out in August. If Madden comes out in August, you're 3 months out from the new system, so it makes sense. If the same thing with NBA 2K comes out usually in September, October, you want it, boom, right then and there, and now you're going to wait another month or two and you get it on your Xbox Series X, so.
Well, and when Microsoft released this, they didn't put a time frame on it, right? It's just
no, there isn't. Period. And I think that's where the big question comes into play, right? Yeah. Like, obviously the games that have been announced are all games that are coming out prior to launch. So who knows? But like, for example, I probably would buy Cyberpunk 2077 on my Xbox One because I'd want to play it before Xbox Series X. I won't wait, since we've waited like 6 months more than we were supposed to in the first place.
All right, what'd you say, Cyberpunk?
So, yeah, for Cyberpunk, for example, stuff like that. So, good on Microsoft trying to help the consumer out, because I think the logistics of the situation will work out for everyone in the end. I think even the developers who may lose that $10 per game, I think they'll probably make it up on the back end somewhere.
Yeah, I do think overall this is a good decision on Microsoft's part. I think it helps the number one end user, which is us, the players. Power to the players, right? And so I think that overall we save money. This is beneficial for gamers as a whole, the community. I do think that if I were to do something like this, I do think there should be a time limit on it. I do think it should be like, well, if you're buying the game prior to the system release, that's a no-brainer, maybe for the next like year or so. But like after maybe the first 24 months of the system coming out, maybe like ixnay it, like, all right, listen, at this point, or they might actually do that in the to, because then they're going
to have to.
Yeah, they want people to eventually buy them.
They're going to discontinue the Xbox One, so I mean, it's going to make sense that that's going to happen. So
I think actually this is even smarter than we think, because I think that will increase the lifespan of the actual ecosystem of the new generation console, because at some point, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, they're going to go, okay, we're shutting off the servers for Xbox One. We're doing this. Everybody's got to make the jump. Smart delivery doesn't really matter anymore, or it does, but it doesn't. You guys got to get the new console if you want to get the newest games. Now, but I don't know. That might not even be in their plans, because we're at this point now where everything is marketed as like this everlasting system that just keeps getting updated, and you can keep playing games on it forever. So I don't like. We saw the PS3 get shut down. We saw the Xbox 360 get shut down. We saw like older servers get shut down for PlayStation 2 and stuff like that. I don't know if we'll actually see that for newer systems, just because they're all connected to the internet. They all pretty much have the same features now, so they could just be updated and still be supported. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but I do think that this is a good decision overall for Microsoft. So props to them for giving the players some free stuff, because we all know how much we both like free stuff. You wouldn't have a Ruffhouse deal segment if it wasn't for you loving free stuff.
Right. And the segment was originally supposed to be just for like what was on sale, but then companies were starting to give out games for free, and I'm like, well, this is the best deals possible, so why not? But you want to know what? You're going to have to save that money, everybody. You want to know why? Because if you want the most expensive game in the
Dude,
world,
you're on point with the segues.
you are going to need this, because a sealed copy of Super Mario Brothers breaks the record for the most expensive game ever sold.
Yeah.
It's a mint copy of the 1985 classic, and it sold for over $100,000.
114,000 to be exact. So that's
And
nuts.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know where you would ever find something like this, so I can understand why I've sold for so much, because I have watched games like there's these shows on Amazon about the video game quest. There's one, I think it's called like Nintendo Quest or NES Quest or something like that, where these guys go to like
to find older retro
old shops
games
and find older retro games. I also believe he actually went to somebody's house. I can't remember if that was the movie, because there was like a documentary, or if it was the NES Quest, but they went to like this guy's house and he ended up buying a like Nintendo the Olympic game set, you know, the one where you ran on the pad and stuff like that. Do you remember that?
Oh my god, that's like one of the rarest games. Yeah.
Yeah, so that like he had it like in the shrine. It was like really creepy, weird, but like people take this extremely seriously, and for someone to have this much cash to be like, I'm gonna blow $100,000 on a Super Mario game so I can show it off, well, good on that person.
Oh dude, yeah, hell yeah. And like just looking at it makes me want it. I mean, seeing the cellophane on a 1985 Super Mario, I'm just like, gimme, I want it. And I've started collecting a ton of games. I mean, I think I showed you these already, right? Like I picked up the original Dragon Warrior, right? So Excite Bike. All right. We all love some Excite Bike. So I love collecting games now. I think that it's the new thing to get into as far as if you want to be a collector and make some money off of it.
Man.
It's pretty cool. And I will say, so I pulled it up on here too, so everybody can see on the stream or on YouTube. Whatever your source of choice is for watching our podcast. This is a 9.4. So theoretically, now that's one of the higher, and I forget what's the company that does the ratings?
I don't know. There's a
few
couple of places, like for example, like if you come into my office, you'll see my mint edition Spider-Man signed Stan Lee comic book.
Oh,
that's marked the 9.7. That was a 9.7.
Oh, that was a 9.7. Okay, cool. So, and is that still an A+?
Yeah, I think so. Unless there's an A++, because this is an A+ at 9.4. So.
I think there's either an A++ or an S. I think is the top one, but that's what I was just gonna say.
I think an S would be 10, but I don't know.
I think it might be 9.8 and higher. I'm not positive though. You might be right. It might just be 10. So, but anyways, that just goes to show you too. If this is 114,000, like if it was better condition, it might have even garnered maybe a few more $1,000, maybe like 140. If it was
I don't even know what you even take into account to be able to, because there's no barometer for this, right? So this is just set the point of like, hey, mint edition video games that are wrapped in old school games are going for X amount of dollars.
I mean, yeah. And like I said, seeing the cellophane on it, it just
and it's a Super Mario game, which is part of the bigger piece of it all, you know.
But yeah, I thought this was super interesting, to be honest with you. I think that video games are starting to skyrocket now too. I bought some like random PS3 games the other day, just for this, or sorry, PS4 games, because GameStop had like a buy 2 for $5 deal type going on. Like I got Far Cry 4 for like $3. So I was like, screw it. Why not? Because, 20 years from now, this game will probably be worth at least $40, right? So
exactly. And, speaking of Far Cry, I know Ubisoft just showed off the next Far Cry game, like a teaser with Giancarlo Esposito as the main villain, it looks like. And he's awesome. If you have never watched Breaking Bad or The Mandalorian, he is awesome as villains. And so they are having looks like some type of Ubisoft Play event this week. I believe it's on the 16th or the 15th. I can't remember the exact date, but it's whatever date you're casting, because we can't do it live because you have casting duties.
Maybe or maybe not. Who knows? Wait, what day is it again?
I think it was the 16th.
That's on a Thursday. I'd be able to do it if it was on a Thursday. If it depends on the date. Like I do every other Thursday. I do the BR.
Plug yourself. July 12th.
Yeah.
I'm way off.
Oh wait, is that today?
Oh yeah, it's why, because it was today.
I'm casting today at 2 p.m. That's why.
Because you're casting at 2 p.m. So guys, you're already gonna miss it unless you were watching us live.
Duels Rune Terror today at 2 p.m. Oh yeah. So
that's 7/12/2020 for anyone who
7/12. And now
it doesn't matter.
Now because I know my time zones, that's 8 p.m. CEST, which is I actually don't know what it stands for, but it's British time. So just as a heads up.
So Far Cry 6, Watchdog Legion, and what else is going to happen? Who knows? Probably Valhalla as well.
Oh, they'll definitely. That's going to be probably like their main thing that they show off for sure. Yeah.
So with that being said, get the button ready if you have it, SGW, for our live audience.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I got
it. It's good for you. Good for you.
Oh yeah.
It is time for your favorite segment. First time live. Ruffhouse deal.
Dude, considering you can't hear it, that was really good timing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. You kind of went like right in line with the right when it went. Dun, 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 dun. You said Ruffhouse deals, so that was good.
All right, so here's a game that looks very interesting. It was kind of off my radar, but it's on my radar now because it's free. It is a Diablo-like game. It's called Torchlight 2. If you guys don't own this game, you can own it for free on the Epic Game Store starting July 16th. And it will run through July 23rd. So if you like dungeon crawlers that have some randomness to it, this is the game for you. And so we highly recommend it. It's scored pretty high on all ratings, so definitely worth it. So Torchlight 2, you can get it for free July 16th.
Yeah,
so get on it, people.
Pulling it up here for you guys on the cast if you guys want to take a look at what kind
it is like. Yeah, it's going to be on PC for free, so any of the ones you see there, unfortunately you will not be able to get those for free, but you will be able to get it on the Epic Game Store for free, and it's got multiplayer, so maybe we'll co-stream it at some point. Who knows?
It even has. Doesn't Diablo 4 have 4 classes when it started before the expansions?
I believe so.
Yeah, this has Berserker, Ember Mage, because who wants a mage anymore? We want an Ember Mage.
We want special.
And then Engineer and Outlander. So very
cool stuff.
The Engineer and the Outlander I don't typically see in games. So that's
exactly. So it'll be different, which is pretty cool.
So
with that being said, it is now time for your second favorite segment of the cast.
Why are you going to do that? Why are you going to do that every time? Every freaking time.
Maybe. Cool, I don't know. In the chat, what do you guys think? Let's vote. Hold on. Let's vote. Let's vote.
That's one thing I gotta get going for the cast is some polling stuff going in Nightbot. I gotta get that stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So I want to do some giveaways and stuff.
Oh, we have one vote for us.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So let's go through the games coming out this week.
Oh, yeah. So we got a decent amount of games coming out this week. First and foremost, we have, and actually let me pull one of these things off here. There we go. So we have Neon Abyss. So this is actually coming out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on July 14th. Neon Abyss is a frantic roguelite. With the roguelite, man, I feel like that's such a buzzword lately. Yeah, action platformer where you run and gun your way into the abyss, featuring unlimited item synergies and a unique dungeon evolution system. Each run diversifies the experience, and every choice alters the rule set. Do you know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
Rad.
I don't know because it's 2D.
It's 2D
over the head 3D thing, but it's pretty cool. It looks. I'm digging the panda. So
I feel like it's just a 2D rad. Like I feel like because it's just a bunch of random weapons. The only difference is obviously like it's 2D. And actually,
it looks like the demo is available if you want to try it out.
There's one scene here that looks like it's not 2D. It's no, it's just changes side scrolling. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So guys, check it out. It's on demo right now too if you want through Steam. So
then we have Rocket Arena. For PC, PS4, Xbox One, July 14th. Rockets rule everything in Rocket Arena, an explosive 3v3 shooter where you're never out of the action. Master your hero's unique rockets and abilities to rule the arena and become a champion. Let's rock it. See what they did there? See what they did there, guys? Let's rock it. So that comes out again on July 14th. This looks all right. It is published by EA. I don't know if I'm down to support EA just yet. So we'll see. We'll see what games they come out with. Next up,
let's see if they give it for free on the Xbox.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Until Rocket Arena 2 comes out.
Did we go over this before? This sounds familiar. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. I think this came out.
You know what? I feel like this was like last week. I think something was coming out about this last week. Maybe it got pushed.
Yeah, it either got pushed or it was on Steam or something. But this is now coming out on July 14th for Switch in the US. It actually might have been like the EU. I think it was EU.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Released early in the EU. Ooblets is coming out July 15th for PC and Xbox One. Ooblets is a farming, town life, and creature collection game. Manage your farm, grow and train your ooblets, explore strange lands, and have dance-offs. I don't know what to say about that.
Can't do it. I can't dance.
This just further supports my claim that games just get weirder and weirder nowadays. You know how many? Speaking of weird games, remember the PS4 thing? What was the name, or PS5 thing? Remember what was the name of that game with the weird monsters in it, where the guy charged at the screen at the end? It was like it was very like cartoony, kids like game.
Don't know. Don't remember.
And it was like, oh shit, oh my god, I just see it all over the internet now because people are making fun of it like left and right. Bounty Battle coming out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch July 16th. Bounty Battle is the ultimate indie fighting game, a new multiplayer 2D fighter where you can pit your favorite indie heroes, Jesus Christ, heroes against one another. Indie heroes from games like Guacamelee and Darkest Dungeon to Dead Cells, which we actually just talked about, Owlboy, and more battle it out in this fighter frenzy. Made by, again, another publisher and developer that I haven't heard of anyways. This looks kind of like a Melee, but actually it basically is Melee. So,
yeah.
Then we have Hunting Simulator 2. If you guys can't guess what this game might be about, you hunt. Just as an FYI. But yeah, right? Yeah, it's a house hunting game. This is for PC, July 16th. I feel like the only place I've ever seen this is in arcades. Like where they have that gun.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For those who don't know the house hunting joke, watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Neversong, PS4, Xbox One, Switch on July 16th. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Pete, and that's P-E-E-T, who slept peacefully in a coma. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in a nightmare. Well, that sucks. That's kind of dark. that comes out on July 16th.
There are some games out there, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. The ones where, like, I forget what the genre is called, but the ones where, like, you just have to make decisions and it's like a horror game, those are freaky. Like, all those games that I've seen are really just messed up in the head. Radical Rabbit Stew. Radical Rabbit Stew is a hair-raising, H-A-R-E, again with the awesome puns, action arcade game featuring fast-paced whack-a-rabbit gameplay, scintillating puzzles, supersized boss fights, juicy pixel graphics, and a sizzling soundtrack, perfect for new players and 16-bit retro fans. Like, I don't know, man. I think that's a little too many adjectives. I think that's a little overboard there. You have scintillating, supersized, juicy, and sizzling all in the same sentence, let alone paragraph. So
sounds like they're making something for dinner.
Yes, 100%. Drake Hollow for PC and Xbox One comes out July 17th. Team up with friends to build and defend villages of vegetable folk from deadly feral beasts in the blighted world of the Hollow. That's what the game was. It was a bunch of vegetables. The game I'm thinking of for the PS5.
Oh,
wasn't it a bunch of vegetables and they were just like?
No, because that wasn't a bunch of monsters though, and no one was running up against the screen.
All right, I gotta Google this before we end this because this is gonna piss me off if I can't figure it out. Oh no, that's the Unreal Engine. We will figure this out before the end of the podcast.
I doubt it.
I know, right? Hold on. So next up we have, all right, this has Explore, Gather, and Fight. Can you craft the perfect village? That's Drake Hollow. Again, coming out July 17th. Then we have Ghost of Tsushima, which was also, that was announced. That was one of the other games announced for the PS5. So if you guys did not see that, that game looks absolutely ridiculously good. I cannot wait for it to come out. And the pre-order is what opens up on the 17th. Just a heads up. Only the pre-order. So I'm really trying to, hold on, Spider-Man, Siren. I'm really trying to find this freaking game, man. I'm gonna be so mad if I can't find it. All right. Anyways, we have.
I don't think this is the game you're thinking of though, because I know you're talking about where you eat the food and you become part of the food.
Yeah. Like what's the name of that?
But that's not the one that But that's not the one where someone charged at the end.
Yeah. It's at the very end. It goes to a black screen. And then it comes back on, and they just have this weird looking creature run at the screen because it's all like sunshine and rainbows until then. No. It's like a kid's game where you are what you eat. Like you eat like a strawberry, and you become a strawberry.
Yeah. No, I know, but I don't. Is that the one?
And about? I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive. Like I'm. It's really gonna bug me. Like it's on the tip of my tongue too, and I cannot figure this out. PS5. I'm gonna search PS5 vegetable game. maybe. Oh, hell yeah! Nailed it. Bugsnax. Google. I love you, Google. I love you. You can literally figure out what's in my head by me saying PS5 vegetable game. Yes, Bugsnax. Everybody, that has blown up on the internet. I see everybody memeing the hell out of this game because it's just such a ridiculous game. Oh my God. Okay. So
I'm going to cook a chicken today, so I guess I'm going to become a chicken.
Well, if what we've learned from video games is true, then yeah, Joe. And last but not least, we have Paper Mario, the Origami King for Switch. That is actually coming out on July 17th for pre-order. Again, that's another game, for pre-order. So and that does it. That rounds up the list. And we did figure out what the hell the name of the game was before the end of the cast. So it's Bugsnax, the best game shown so far for the PS5. Oh man. So this was good. I think this went pretty well for the first.
Yeah, I mean, for not having any chatters, I mean, it's okay, but we'll get there.
You'd be surprised on Twitch. There's a lot of the times people play.
But we're on different platforms, though. You're streaming to Facebook. You're streaming to YouTube, correct?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but a lot of times you gotta understand. A lot of people play video games to get away from people, so they don't want to talk to people. At least that's my experience, anyways, from what I've seen. But
that's fair.
It's at some point it would be pretty cool to get the chat involved. So if you guys are listening to the podcast, come on the live podcast when we do this next time.
Come get it.
Tell us your opinion. Let us know your thoughts on all these crazy topics we talk about, like this crap top 50 list from Esquire that they clearly put no thought into. You don't even have Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. What's wrong with that?
No thought.
Stupid.
Anyways, guys, thank you for coming along on this live adventure with us. If you didn't listen to us live, we still appreciate you downloading the podcast and listening to it or watching it on YouTube and all that stuff. Since I guess you went live, we're not going to actually post the video, right? Because this is the video.
No, I'll still post it.
Okay, so we'll post it. That pops up at 2 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And that's it for this week's edition of Game Wild. We will catch you next week with hopefully some fun new gaming news.
Oh yeah. Peace out, everybody.